Hey everyone, it's McKeown back again with another video today. I had a situation happen last week that really made me want to get this video out to all the veterans that are subscribed to my channel. If you aren't a veteran, this video may not entirely apply to you. However, there are going to be situations where it certainly does. But if you are a veteran, let's get into it. Before I get into it, if you are a veteran yourself, I have a link down in the description below. Make sure to join that Facebook group. It's called Veterans Investing. The whole intention of this video is to get as many people into that group and have that group starting to be a little bit more active because of a situation that happened with another Facebook group that I'll discuss here in a bit. In the veteran community, there are two types of companies. One that seek out veterans. My company, for example, KMAC Realty Group, and just the YouTube channel that I have built here. I didn't intend on only going after veterans, but a ton of people that have subscribed just so happen to be veterans. I've done a ton of content on using your VA loan and sourcing veterans just for proper education and helping people out. Now, on the flip side, there are companies out there that have an ulterior motive to really financially compensate themselves by taking advantage of veterans. Now, this isn't to say that they aren't going to provide any kind of value to you. This isn't to say that they're a bad company. This isn't to say anything negative to them whatsoever. You guys, just as veterans, need to know that there are people out there trying to make money off of you, regardless if they are there for the right intention or not. I'm going to use an example first and foremost that I believe most veterans have probably heard of, and it's not, again, to discredit this company whatsoever. It's nothing negative to say about the company, but they are indeed being financially compensated off of veterans, and that's Veterans United. Again, this is not to discredit Veterans United as a lender or as a company as a whole. It's not to say that they're a bad company. Again, it's not anything negative to say about them whatsoever. But the biggest thing is they are a mortgage company that has veterans in the name with the intention to be able to market to veterans more so than an average or ordinary mortgage company. Now, with that being said, Veterans United does have veterans in it. It doesn't mean that it's going to be able to get you any better of a mortgage or a better rate than another company. My suggestion is you actually go reach out to a local mortgage company or a mortgage broker. They're going to be able to provide you probably with a handful of quotes. And I always advise people, if you're buying a house, to make sure you shop around with lenders. Now, the issue is, as a veteran, if you hear a company called Veterans United, you're going to make the immediate assumption that, okay, this is a veteran company, or this is a company that's out to help veterans, when in reality, it's just a marketing ploy for the intention to really target veterans as a whole. Now, I've actually had a ton of veterans that I've helped myself reach out to me saying, hey, I've gotten pre-qualified by Veterans United. Lo and behold, the actual owners and individuals that created Veterans United from day one, if you aren't aware, none of them are even veterans themselves. Now, if you do have any companies that are out there that are veteran owned or specifically out just to educate veterans, I'd love to hear more of them. Feel free to leave a comment down below. It doesn't necessarily have to be real estate oriented or mortgage or buying, anything related to buying a house. If it's just a company altogether that anyone could potentially benefit from, again, I'd love to hear. But the whole intention for this video was something that happened last week. Now, I'm going to actually break down the situation that happened. I believe about 30 new subscribers actually subscribed to this channel from that, but it was a Facebook group. If you aren't familiar with Facebook groups, there are a ton of Facebook groups out there, some small, some large. The larger they get, the more audience you have, the more potential compensation, I guess you could say, could be made off of that Facebook group. Now, the post itself just kind of really broke down my portfolio and kind of what has happened over the last 4 years. However, the response to it is really what really irked me. Now, this particular Facebook group is solely for veterans with the intention of investing. First things first, I've been in this group for a while. I've also seen it develop into what it has been developed into now, and they didn't have this before, but now they have post approvals. Post approvals, what that exactly is I submit a post and I have to wait for an administrator or moderator to actually approve the post. Now, obviously, as groups grow, this is kind of needed. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a whole bunch of posts that are nonsense and just a waste of time. My post obviously did get approved eventually. However, the thing that really threw me off off was the very first comment was by a moderator or an administrator of this group really pushing their services, meaning their services that, hey, look at this guy that's been successful. You can be successful just like him if you buy this, or if you take point in our program and do what we tell you to do. The thing is, I didn't take part in any of their programs. I didn't buy into any of their resources. I was able to do this strictly off of educational content on YouTube, educational content on the internet, or just meeting the right people and learning along the way. Now, to follow up with this, I did get a lot of people that commented, wanted to know how I did it, where could they start, and a ton of questions. I started engaging with other people, told people to actually subscribe to my YouTube channel, which again, about 30 of you guys that are newly subscribed to my channel may have actually found me from that post. And I don't know, maybe 20 comments or so passed and they actually stopped commenting on the post, meaning they stopped comments altogether that could actually be made on my post. Now, if you aren't familiar with Facebook, Facebook's kind of been the way I've generated a lot of business. It's where I've been able to really build my social presence. Turning off comments really allows that post to just fall further and further down their group. If you don't have a comment, or if you don't have a recent comment, it's just going to continue to fall down. Now, if they hadn't turned off the comments, I'm sure even today I'd still be getting comments, and that would be one of the first posts on their entire Facebook group. But their intention was to stop commenting, post the fact that you could be successful if you subscribe or if you follow through with their resources, made the whole, intent to advertise their company, shut off comments, and called it a day. Now, it may not seem like a big deal to you, and it really honestly wasn't a huge deal for me. The sad part is I've just really seen this group go from a group that really helped veterans to a group that now is more focused on benefiting from the cost of veterans paying them for their services than actually out there to support and educate veterans themselves. Now again, this is not to discredit this particular Facebook group. I'm actually not going to name the particular Facebook group because I'm not out to really start that kind of drama. But the intention initially, I believe, with this Facebook group was really to help educate and teach fellow veterans the opportunity that real estate can have in your life, similar to how it's been impactful in mine. And now I've just seen it drastically change. The whole intention there is to drag as many of us veterans into their resources with the intent to have us pay for it and have them be compensated for it. Now, there are a ton of companies, as I mentioned before, that are really out there to benefit you. And there honestly are a ton of companies out there that are trying to market to you and really benefit from you. Again, at the end of the day, my intention with this YouTube channel is just educate as much as I can. I know 4 years ago, I really knew nothing. And the intent here is to put as much content out as I can to help educate you as a veteran, or educate you as an investor, or just show you the opportunity that real estate can give you if you honestly just take the jump. But at the end of the day, all I ask is that you make sure you research the company or research the Facebook group or wherever you're getting your content and education from. Make sure you do plenty of research before you start, especially putting money in their pockets. Thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help, and stay tuned for more.